Karen and Dov, all of us here tonight salute you. You are two of the most energetic and innovative shlichim Toronto has ever known. When Dov and Karen moved from Tel Aviv to Toronto 2 years after they were married, they truly brought the best of Israel with them. 3 years ago, I was visited by a fundraiser from a Hesder Yeshiva. At the end of our meeting, he asked, "No, Michael, when are you coming to Israel?" "Why do I have to come to Israel?" I replied, "when Israel is coming to me." I told him that in the last 2 months, I had visitors from Mechina Eli, Panim El Panim, Eretz Chemda, Keren B'Yavna, several soldier organizations, and Matan. And most of it was Karen and Dov's doing. It's no exaggeration to say that a lot of us have been introduced to many of Israel's heroes and leading personalities, people such as Rav Eli Sadan, Rav Yosef Carmel, Colonel Geva Rapp, Racheli Frankel, Aaron Karov, Shlomo Wattenmacher, and so many others, thanks to the Meyers. In fact, if it were not for Karen and Dov being so successful in bringing Israel to Toronto, many of us would have made Aliyah years ago. In addition to functioning a lot like Shlichim by bringing the spirit and flavor of Israel to our community, Dov and Karen's leadership at Bnei Akiva Schools, Netivot HaTorah Day School, Bnei Akiva Youth Organization, Camp Moshava Ba'ir, the Or Chaim Minyan, Mizrahi and Emunah has helped us fortify the entire Dati Tzioni community here in this city. Over the past 2 decades, Dov has not only taken on senior leadership roles, but he has signed up for some of the toughest of community volunteer jobs, namely fundraising. As we all know, fundraising requires a certain amount of chutzpah. Now, I'm not implying that Dov has chutzpah, but he was always very successful at fundraising. Dov served as fundraising chair for 2 major campaigns at Netivot and served as fundraising chair twice at Or Chaim and Opana. When he wasn't serving as a fundraising chair, he often served as dinner chair. Another of Dov's great talents is his ability to think outside the box, by not accepting the status quo for himself and for those around him. About 2 years ago, he read a book in Hebrew and was so profoundly touched by it that he had it translated into English. The book was about the Aaron Karov miracle, with the main message of the book being one of Achdut, the Jewish unity of all Israelis and Jews worldwide, a value he and Karen hold very dear. What some of you may not know is that Dov is a captivating Bal Tefillah, who for years has led our Or Chaim Minyan on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. With his beautiful voice and wonderful nigunim, he unifies us all in song and prayer. Karen. Karen is an accomplished woman in her own right, who has incredible compassion, firm convictions, and infinite capacity. Karen is not only Dov's partner, she is his anchor and the calming influence in the flurry of activity that characterizes their busy professional, personal, and volunteer lives. What is arguably Karen's crowning achievement in Toronto is the pivotal role she has played in the resurgence and growth of the Bnei Akiva youth movement. Together with her devoted partners, she was a driving force in the establishment of the hugely successful Moshava Ba'ir Day Camp and has remained heavily involved on a day-to-day basis. But with Karen, it's not just about the big things. She worries about how Bnei Akiva kids will travel to Shabbatons, whether programs are being run effectively. She makes sure that we are mentoring our madrichim properly, and she makes it her business to assist parents in affording camp and sending their kids on Shabbatonim. Karen and Dov are renowned for their hospitality. Karen and Dov go out of their way to welcome all the shlichim to the community, offering them a home away from home. Karen literally adopts them, supporting them with everything from ensuring that they have proper transportation to securing winter coats for their kids. It's not uncommon for Karen to host 50 people in her home for a barbecue a day or so after flying home from Israel. It's pretty safe to label Karen and Dov's home at 12 Elderberry Grand Central for Dati Tzioni activity in Toronto. We'll never know for sure, but I, for one, truly believe the impact Dov and Karen have had on Am Yisrael was far greater in the roles they played here in Toronto than anything they could have accomplished in Israel. And finally, and most importantly, Dov and Karen lived their lives to be a dugma ishit. You are role models as children to your parents, parents to your children, and siblings to your siblings. Not only are Karen and Dov examples to their friends and community, but so too are their children, Sam, Gidon, Serena, Yael, and Talia. They have all been involved in numerous community organizations. In addition to learning in the prestigious yeshivot in Israel, Sam has just completed serving in the Special Search and Rescue Services of the IDF, Sheshesh Tesha. And Gidon is currently serving in the Israeli Air Force. Serena attended Migdal Oz and is in the midst of her Sheirut Leumi service. Yael is leader in Bnei Akiva and is off to Migdal Oz. And Talia is our future Rosh Mosh. So Karen and Dov, on behalf of the Bnei Akiva schools, we salute you. I would now like to call on Serena Mayer to address her parents.